All right, good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. Morning, Chef. Kevin, Ernesto, Dino. Steve does stuff. I always think of Steve will do it when I see you. Morning, guys. Breadman. Nice haircut, yeah. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone had a good weekend. What were some, what did we do this weekend? Anything good? I was back in Naples with some family. Happy to be back. No, Carmine didn't have his Lambo. Yeah, saw Carmine this weekend. That was fun. We got some lunch. Yeah, what a crazy... Man, you lost 7-0. I saw that. That's wild. I don't really have a EPL team. F1... Yeah, a lot of exciting things going on. F1's back. Awesome. Rangers lost. Knicks are doing well. Knicks won. Knicks beat the Celtics last night. That's crazy. Do I like Sarasota? I think St. Pete is probably like one of the one of the better places, I'd say. St. Pete is fun. They have a really nice pier. I like Miami, St. Pete. The city of Tampa is not bad. Naples is beautiful if you're looking for more chill. And that's really it. Orlando's fun, but I wouldn't live in Orlando. It's too landlocked. From Italy. Wow. All right, guys. So, welcome back. Let's get started. Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is having a good morning. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope we stayed safe out there. Some interesting stuff on the market. Chef, I'll be in Jersey Memorial Day. So maybe I'll try to meet up with you. I don't know. We'll see if I have some time. But Chef, Memorial Day. Message me. So very big move on Friday, right? We all know that. Pretty much a slow day until around 2 o'clock on Friday. Then we got that Fed news that came out at 2. A Fed president saying, I guess, just being dovish, coupled with some AMD news, I think, which helped the move. And then we just sort of started that breakout. So huge breakout on Friday. Major levels were broken, and we're looking for retests today. This was a move that is now, breaking the channel, right? So this move has broken the channel, and we have to now respect the previous channel high. We had a previous channel high, which now we want to see turn into a support for a confirmation of continuation, right? So if we get that previous channel high to turn into support, where we previously rejected multiple times, then we could try to, formulate an upside play today. If we get that confirmation that previous rejection point is turning into a support, that's a break and retest, that's market structure, and that is what we're looking for today. So let's review the charts. Let's review some individual stock setups. There is some very juicy setups out there that I'm looking at, and I'm very excited to see if they play out. So very excited for today. Let's get started. Today is the 6th of March. You guys can see. Hold on. Oh, yeah, we're good. All right, so economic earnings calendar. Let's go ahead and pull that up. I think we do have some important economic news this week. I actually didn't even look at it yet, so we will be looking at this together for the very first time because I did not have time to look at that this morning. Actually, I did have time. I just didn't, I guess. But let's do it now, right? That's why I love these live streams. Not only is it a preparation for you, this is a preparation for me. I just do it with you. So today is Monday, March 6th. Factory orders at 10 a.m. Really nothing there. So nothing really concerning there at 10 o'clock today. Fed Chairman Powell testifies to Senate. This has the ability to be, a time of volatility, right? Both yet tomorrow and Wednesday, Powell will be testifying to the Senate. I think, I can't imagine him saying things that we haven't heard already, but as you guys know, whenever Jerome Powell opens his mouth, there is volatility in the market. So, we just have to be careful. That's all you can do. We can't try to guess what happens here. We can't try to predict. All we can do is protect ourselves. So if we're in a trade, we want to watch out for 10 o'clock when he starts to talk. If, on Tuesday, same thing on Wednesday. If we're in a trade, we want to make sure we're understanding that there could be some volatility that comes around this time. That's all we can do. We can't say, I think this is going to make the market go up. It doesn't work like that. So just be careful around these times. 10 o'clock, if you're in a trade, just watch for volatility. Whenever Powell opens his mouth, you guys know the market reacts. So that's at 10 tomorrow. Wholesale inventories, consumer credit. That's interesting. I'm sure this number is... Look at this. Oh, God. Americans, man. Running ourselves into debt. I mean, 11.6 previous. Median forecast is up to $25 billion in consumer credit. I mean, I don't know how this ends, but, probably not a good thing. ADP employment, 8/15 Wednesday. U.S. trade balance, Fed chair again, job openings, JOLTS, beige, and then jobless claims, Waller speaks Thursday, employment, unemployment rate. So I guess the big things is really, in my opinion, tomorrow at 10. I think this consumer credit will be sort of interesting. The ADP employment, of course, the job openings, of course, the jobless claims, and then the unemployment. So we do have a pretty big week. We know last week was not very big, right? This week's got some pretty interesting things to watch out for. And then next week, look at this, all right? Look at next week. Next Tuesday, CPI. So, yeah, big stuff. All right, big stuff. All right, so just pay attention to the economic calendar this week. Make sure you know today, I think you're good, right? I think we're in the clear today. Nothing crazy. Tomorrow, it starts to get a little interesting. All right, let's pull up the earnings calendar. Let's see what we got over there. Shout out to you, Breadman, for posting this all the time. Let's take a look at that. We got anything interesting this week? Let's see. So this week, today, nothing really today that catches my attention. Tomorrow, C Limited, SE, you guys remember that stock? Dick's Sporting Goods, Squarespace, nothing really there. CrowdStrike could be an interesting one to watch. MongoDB, JD, Ulta. Okay. So I'm very interested to see what Ulta does, because you guys know Ulta does not go down, right? That stock doesn't go down. Ulta just continues to go higher. So let's see what happens on Thursday. Ulta reporting earnings. That stock is ridiculous. That stock is just straight top right, up and to the right, Ulta. So wonder what earnings looks like. So that's really it. Nothing really on the earnings side. Besides maybe Ulta on Thursday, CrowdStrike on Tuesday. All right. So today we're going to be looking at Tesla 197. This is a key level I'm watching today. I like an opportunity here. AMD 81 retest. I like this a lot. This is another top watch for me today. Meta off 185 is probably my top watch today. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. Congratulations to you guys that caught Meta. We were hawking that thing in this live stream all last week. And we killed it with Meta. Really clean move on Friday. It started to hold that really clean support. We were talking about it here on the stream. If you guys caught it using some of the levels we talked about, congrats, because that was a sick move. NVIDIA moved up to that major supply again. 268, 269, I believe, is the level. Am I getting that right? Yeah, 239, sorry. 239, 238. Major supply again on NVIDIA, so let's watch out for that. Home Depot 300, Microsoft 255, and then you guys finally saw XOM and XLE make their little move on Friday. So that was really good for my XOM swing trade. It's pulling back a little bit today, but there is a level that I am going to be watching today. All right, so that's some of the things we're going to be looking at today. Let's get started with the futures. Discord is working, yes. Let's get started with the futures. All right, let's start with the ES. So, all right, we all know what happened on Friday. We know we got that big push to the upside, sort of breaking this channel that we were trading in between that 39.50, 200 SMA, and this high around 40.20, 40.35, right? We had this previous high in this zone that we rejected multiple times, and we had this demand down here around the 100 and 200 SMA that we bounced very aggressively off of. Now, this morning, right? This morning, and the move on Friday pushed right into, right? It's very nice, right? It's a very clean move where we've sort of slowed down right into the previous double bottom right here, 40.60. You guys can see bottom here. We broke that level. We have come back and retested that 40.60. And you can see the reaction at that level this morning. Or this was actually in the futures market last night, right? So we got that big pop last night right into that 40.60. And that is where we started to fade, right at that 40.60 level. So this is also the 20 SMA, right? That's the 20 SMA that's curling down right there. at 40.60. So if you do not get in, right, if you do not long off a pullback today, right, I would like to see a pullback to around this 40.35, 40.35, 40.20. If you do not long off a pullback today, you have to be very cautious of getting new long entries into this 40.60. Longing into this 40.60 just doesn't make sense as of right now in regards to risk reward. So we know this is if we go back to the hourly, we know this is a very major previous low and previous low. You can see right here, previous low, previous low. We know that's a very important level. And we see the reaction right now, right? We saw the reaction. We saw the rejection of that 40.60. So to long this market, right, if you are longing this, if we're around here at open, if you are longing this here, you are basically saying, I am hoping that we break the major supply. I'm hoping that we get back above this double bottom, and I'm hoping that the market continues, right? That's not really something I would want to get into. The market is pretty strong. We possibly could get right through that today, but the risk to reward going long here just doesn't make sense without a pullback. Not yet, right? I want to see, preferably, I would love to try to buy in this zone down here. Anywhere between this 40.20 and 40.35 is where I'd like to see a little pullback on this market. If we can get back into this level, retest some of these previous highs, right? Maybe retest this high here, retest these highs here, see if this level here turns into a new support, right? That is where I'd feel a little bit more comfortable for that long back into 40.60. Do we get that today? I don't know, right? I don't know if the market is going to pull back for us into that 40.35, 40.20 zone. But that is sort of what I'm looking at today. Can we get this pullback? And if we do, I would look at this as an opportunity to long back on the retest. Now, if we do not pull back today and we just slice right through 40.60, then you're looking for a break and retest of 40.60, right? That's your trade. If you can get a move over 40.60, you're looking for a break and retest hold above this level. That would mean you're breaking back above this previous double bottom, breaking back above the 20 SMA. And if you can get that, right, then I think you're going to get some market continuation up into these previous lows right here, which is around 4,100. You guys can see right here. I'm actually going to do this. That would be the next level that I would monitor. These lows here, low here, low here, low here, previous high, previous low. If you do get a hold above 40.60, if you regain this double bottom, then I would say your next move is up to 4,100. All right. So today, this is what you're coming in and you're looking for. You're looking for either a break and retest of 40.60 for upside for a very strong move, a break and hold above 40.60 for longs for continuation, or you're looking for a pullback into that 40.30, 40.20 zone. If you want to try to short this market, then you'd have to look for rejections of 40.60 today. You'd have to get in close to this 40.60. I would not get into shorts down into this zone, right? I would not get into shorts down in this zone. This does not make sense to short into. If you can get a short close to 40.60 and it starts to slow down, then maybe you could look for something here, but you better be taking profits back into this 40.30, 40.20 zone. It does not make risk-reward sense to be shorting into this previous high, right? You do not want to be shorting into these previous highs. I don't think that makes much sense. But if you can catch something off 40.60, sure. If I was to be 100% honest with you, shorting this move after Friday, after a channel break, there might be some more juice today, right? This is just day one. So I'd be a little bit cautious, fighting this move so early on, right? Maybe it takes like today to do this, right? Maybe we do this today and it slows down, the momentum sort of dies off, and then we can get that fade. But if you're jumping in this morning right at 40.60, right after this big break on Friday, you're going to be battling a trend, which I don't know if I'm really that interested in today. Maybe it's a good trade, but I'm probably going to stay away from that trade. You have to pick and choose your battles. You guys do what you want to do, right? My battle today is not to try to fade 40-60. I don't think that is, at least I need to see something slow down before I try to fade 40-60 today. I need to see like a legitimate slowdown here at this level. Because after this move, there might be some juice left. So looking for either a break and hold above 40-60 for longs. You could look for the 40-60 fade, or looking for a pullback into 40-30, 40-20 for longs. Those are my three ideas today. All right. But you do not want to long at supply. You do not want to short at demand. All right. That's the key. You're either looking for a break and hold above supply for longs, or you're looking for a pullback to demand for longs. You are not looking to long under 40-60. The only play right now that makes sense, right, in regards to risk reward, is a short off 40-60 as of right now. That's the only play that makes sense right now, is a short off 40-60. But that has to set up first. It's not set up yet. All right. So that's the ES. Tupa, I appreciate your $2, but I'm not looking at penny stock short squeezes. But I appreciate your donation. If you want to look at an actual stock, I can do that for you, for your donation, but I'm not going to do that. Thank you, though. All right. NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, very similar, right? You guys can see right here on the hourly chart. We had a previous double bottom right here, which was the rejection at 12,250, right? This is where we rejected on Thursday of 2 weeks ago, right? You can see rejection 12,250, which was a previous double bottom. So double bottom here, rejection here. We got above that level, right? We got above that 12,250. Now, the most ideal play today, I would love to get this. The most ideal setup today would be a pullback to 12,250 and see if there's a nice break and retest at that level. That would be the most ideal play in my eyes today. You get a pullback back to this low, back to this low, back to this high, and you see if you can turn that into a demand. It might be like 12,280, right? It might not be back to 250 because 280 is really the lows of this move here. This is like 12,280, and this is 12,280. And you can see on the 5-minute, 12,280 is where we held, right? This is the futures open last night. We gapped down into 12,280 and held it. And you can see we sort of slided into that 280 again and held it. So I'm watching like the 12,280 to 12,250 zone as a potential retest long entry. Previous lows, previous high, looking to see if this zone holds on any pullback for a break and retest. All right, so that's the 12,250, 12,280 zone I'm watching. Now to the upside, you got a few different rejection points to watch out for. You got these highs here, and you got these highs right in here, and this low right here, right? This previous high, this previous low, and this previous high is 12,400, 12,415, all in that zone right there. So I'd watch anywhere from 12.4 to 12.415 as your first rejection point possibility. So I'd watch out for that to the upside. All right, if you do go long, watch out for that 12.4 area. And if you get above 12.4, I would be watching these lows up around this 12.460. All right. You guys can see right here, previous lows, right? Previous lows, 12,460. So that's what I would be watching, right? 12,280 to 12,250 on the retest, 12,400, 12,415 rejections, 12,450 rejections as well. Discord is not pulling up this morning. I have it open. Maybe just try to open it. I mean, if you can't open it, it's a Discord problem. Try to open it on your mobile phone or online. Maybe not on the app, on the on the computer app. Maybe open it through your browser. Try different ways to open it. All right, so those are the levels that I'm watching today. 12,280, 12,250 retest hold, and then 12,400 supply. All right, that's the little channel we're in right now. All right, that's pretty much the channel we traded in here on Friday on the 17th of February. All right. So keep an eye on that zone, guys. It looks like right now we're sort of pushing off that 12,280, this whole, this zone over here. Okay? So keep an eye on these zones today. Right here. 280, 250, 400. All right. That's the NASDAQ. Let's go to the Dow. I haven't really redone my Dow levels, so we're going to do it for the first time here. Yeah, it's pretty textbook, right? This is all you're looking at today. So this is going to be turned red because that is our supply. So, look, this is what you're looking for, right? You'd like to get a retest of the previous high breakout right around this 33,300, 33.3. That would be a great retest right here at 33.3. So look for that. And then the supply above is around this 33,550. This is also the 20 and 50 SMA up here. So you have previous lows. That's your supply. Watch out for 33,550, 33.6. And then your support's down at 33.3. So you'd like to get a retest on, ideally, you don't really want to long it right here. You are holding a little morning low right here, which I'll zoom in and show you. But I would prefer to see this, see if demand holds here for an upside move before just longing this market. So if I go to the 5-minute chart, you can see we are holding this little temporary short-term level here around this 33,350. But I would feel a little bit more confident if we were to get, this pullback to 33.3 and retest there, which is that previous channel high. You guys can see on the hourly chart right there, right? I would like to see the retest of these highs. Might not get that, right? We might not have that liberty to get that pullback today. We'll have to see. So that's what I'd be watching. 33.3, 33,550 on the Dow. Russell broke out of its channel. You guys can see right here on Friday, broke out of that channel high. So this is now support. So we're going to turn that green. What would you want to see today? You'd love to see the retest. Right? You'd love to see this and then try to long it off that 1920. Would love to see that retest. So if we can get that pullback to these channel highs and this previous low, I would look to see that as an opportunity. We might not get that retest, but that is what I'd ultimately be looking for, a pullback to that 1920. Where's the Russell resistance step up? It looks like probably at this previous high here. Let me zoom out. Yeah, probably around this previous low and previous high, right in this area. What is this, 1940? This previous low right here. This previous high all in here. I'd probably watch this 1940 today as your supply level. Okay? So 1940 to 1920 today, about a 20-point range on the Russell is what I'd be watching. Right in here. These highs here, this little 20 SMA rejection, 1940, and then this 1920 previous channel high as support. All right? That's what I would be watching on the Russell. Yeah, we are pushing higher now, but remember, guys, right? If we open this day right at 40.60, you cannot long right at open. You have to be cautious here. All right? You have to be cautious here. 40.60. This is big. We could definitely find a rejection here. Look at the 4-hour chart. We could see a little temporary pullback off 40.60 after this big push. I could totally see that. It would make sense, right? The market likes to move in waves. The market doesn't just go straight up. So if we do get a little 40.60 rejection, I think that would actually be healthy, right? Pull back to 40.20, 40.35, get a little pullback, and then try again. So let's see. Let's see what happens there. Would like to see that 40.60 be a little bit of a rejection point. SPY. Yeah, we'll go over SPY real quick, get some updated levels there. Let's go to the hourly chart. Get a little bit more time. All right. Let's get some updated levels on the SPY today. I haven't done the SPY myself today. So you're looking first at this 408.50 for sure. These little candle lows here are interesting, around 404. This is your previous channel high, which you'd like to see a pullback to. This is that 401, 402 level you'd like to see a pullback to. This is your rejection up here, 408.50. Turn that red there. So you got these previous lows right here, which you're actually starting to hold above this morning, which is interesting because this is a little different than the ES. So if we actually turn this little previous double bottom, you guys see right here on the ES, this double bottom on the ES right here, Friday and Friday, we're trading below that on the ES right now. You can see that, right? We're trading below that 40-60 double bottom supply. If we go to the SPY, we're actually turning that into support this morning. So you can see a little bit of a discrepancy here on the ES versus the SPY, which is pretty interesting actually. All right? That's actually quite interesting to me. So you can see previous Friday low and Friday low on the SPY, we're actually trading above that, turning that into support this morning at 404. Whereas on the ES futures, we are trading below that double bottom still. So, yeah, definitely a little bit of a discrepancy to watch out for. If the SPY can hold on to this 404, there's really not much until this 408.50. So I'd watch 404, 408.50, and then that 401, 402 retest on the SPY today. Yeah, a little bit of a discrepancy there. Interesting. All right. Tesla. So here's my key watch today on Tesla. If Tesla can maintain 197, then I would like to see if there's more upside continuation here. If we go to the hourly chart, 197 was a previous major support level. We had previous demand step in here multiple times. 197, 197, 197. We gapped up off that 197. This was a very important level. Look, previous rejections at 197, which turned into support. And this morning, we're getting this little hold at 197. So, if Tesla is to maintain over 197, then I think there is potential upside continuation. But we have to be cautious of the 200. The 200 is very clearly a hard level to get through, right? 200 right here and 200 right here, a very difficult level to break above. So I'm going to see if I can get some hold at that 197, right? You can see this morning, look at the 5-minute chart at 197. Very clearly trying to hold on there. So if we can hold on to this 197 today, I am looking to see if I could long it off that level potentially. And if I can get either that or a break and retest of 200, that would be another upside move that I'm watching, right? A break and hold over this 200. This is where we rejected on Friday. So those are my two watches today. Either a 197 pullback to see if that holds, break and retest over 200. You could also try to play the rejection at 200 if you want, right? All these levels, you can play them to either direction. That's why I post levels, not biases, right? So you can say, okay, I want to look for a supply at 200, very possible. I want to look at demand hold here. I want to look for a break and retest of the supply for upside. You can look at all these levels and see how the market reacts to them. So that's what I'm watching today. If I can get a pullback to 197, I want to see if demand steps in there. If I can get a move over 200, I want to see if I get a break and retest to 200. If you get a break and retest to 200, then I think you can move up through that level pretty quickly into like 205 right here. If you get over 200, I'd say you move up into this next level around 205. That would be your next move. If you move under 197, you're going back to like this 193. All right? So 197, 200, that's your zone to watch. See how the market reacts. AMD. Yeah. AMD. Please don't run away from me. Don't run away from me, AMD. It looks like it's starting to, but we'll see if we can get a pullback. AMD off 81 looks really, really textbook today. This is what I'm looking for. So, AMD had a previous low at this 81 level right here. AMD had a previous high at this 81 level right here. AMD once again on Thursday had a major rejection of 81. On Friday, we got above 81. This morning, we came back down into 81, and we held it as a perfect support level. So, I would like to long AMD today as close as I can to 81 to see if I could play this break and retest. I think this looks very, very good. If AMD, which it already is probably gone, to be quite honest, that's the unfortunate fact. If AMD maintains over 81, this is a previous double top high, which was also a previous support here. That is a very important level to hold. This is just simple stair-stepping formations on the market. This is a previous channel. We are now trading above it, turning the previous channel high into a support. That is just textbook price action. If we hold 81, we will most likely move to 83 in this next channel high, right? We're just moving from channel to channel. At this point, if you hold over 81, I would say your move is into that 83, 83.25 area up here. All right? So, would love to try to long AMD, but I'd like to try to get it as close to 81 as possible. We might not get that. So, at this point, we might need to look for, pullbacks to the pre-market highs, something along these lines, maybe Friday highs, pre-market highs, 81.50, 81.80. We're going to have to sort of, monitor this price action. But as of right now, yeah, she's started moving without us here. So 83, 81, would love to try to get that pullback to 81. Yeah. Let's see if we can get it. All right. Meta. Oh, God. It's gone. Yeah, Meta's gone too. Shit. 4-hour chart on Meta. Actually, let's go hourly. Let's get a little bit more time here. Yeah, this looks so good. I mean, it's textbook why Meta's moving higher right now. So, Meta, we held this 170 last week. We talked about this breakout potentially occurring. It was a sick move. Congratulations once again to anyone that caught this. You got over that 180, 181, which I'll zoom in and show you what happened at 181. We talked about looking for the 181 break and retest on Friday, and damn, was that nice. And also, this was the other one, the 178 retest. I'll zoom in a second and show you guys what happened there. But today, right, you guys see these previous lows over here around this 185, right? Look at all these previous lows at 185. 185 hold, 185 hold, 185 hold, 185 hold. We held 185 like 4 or 5 times back here in early February. Now, look what happens when we go to the 5-minute chart this morning. Break over 185, hold above 185. Meta is maintaining that previous low from early February right at here at 185, and look at the push that you're getting off of it. Absolutely perfect. So Meta looks pretty hot. And if Meta can hold over 185, there might be some more here. I would say the channel high is around this 193, 192. Right in this area is where I'd watch for a channel high rejection. So I'd be careful up there. But damn, would I like to try to catch a Meta today. But I'd like to try to get it back closer to 185. This is why, if you want to be long today, you want the ES to reject 4060. All right, you want this to happen today if you want to be long this market. You do not want to have to deal with chasing this market here today if you want to go long. I would love to see this projection. I would really like to see it very ugly this morning. I'd like to see a straight down move into 4030 get like some people thinking, oh, here we go, market's pulling back, right into the demand, right? And then see if this demand holds. And if it does, right, then you can get some of those pullbacks, AMD 81, Meta 185, and then you can try to long it on the break and retest, as people are shorting into this pullback at 40.60. Most people will take profits. The smart traders will take profits on this pullback as it moves into demand, right? That's a very nice move for a short. You should make your money there. Some shorts will not take profits, right? Some shorts will hope and pray that it breaks demand. And then once it starts to hold and it starts to break, right, shorts will start to cover here as they start to lose. And then we get the break and retest. That's what I want to see happen. That would be the smart thing to happen. That would be the thing that makes sense on the market. But we might not, right? Market doesn't always do logical things. So we'll see what happens. But Meta, yeah, it's gone right now. Would like to see a pullback to 185 to feel more comfortable on a long here. I would be targeting this high here. It looks like it can very well go through this level very quickly, right? I think Meta can probably move pretty quickly through here. So 192, 193, but would like to get a pullback. 1,700 people watching, 300 likes. Damn, that is weak. That is weak. That's sad. All right, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, 4-hour chart. Let's go hourly. Yeah, so it's all about this 239 today, I think. 239, 238. Let's get a little bit more of a precise level here. So the channel high, or the high here was 238.88. What was this? 238.80. So 238.88, definitely important. I would just call it like 238 to 239. That would really be the level to watch. And you can see this morning, as we are talking at this moment, NVIDIA is starting to trade over this. If NVIDIA can really hold above this previous triple top, right, you could have more juice here. So this is a previous major triple top here on NVIDIA. You can see rejection, rejection, rejection. It's starting to trade above it. If we can actually maintain this level of support today, you might you might be able to trade the retest hold of the previous channel high. Where would that move to is the question. And we need to go back pretty far for this. All right. That would move to these highs right here. Let's remove these SMAs. Right in this 240, 241 area is where I'd watch. Let me go to the daily. Looks better on the daily. But damn, NVIDIA, you got to actually start going. Like, this is the first chart. NVIDIA is one of the first charts that you actually have to go back like a year, more than a year, to look at the levels, right? Like, for example, if I go to the 180 4-hour, 180-day 4-hour on any other stock, right, you see some levels here, right? Apple, let's go Tesla, right? You can see some levels. NVIDIA is one of the few charts that there is nothing here. And why is that? It's because NVIDIA has been an absolute monster, right? NVIDIA has engulfed all of the last 180-day price action. So I actually have to start going back a little bit further here, which is new to me for a stock to analyze, right? Let me delete some of this. Let me try to find like a real level here to the left to really watch out for, like a major one. Yeah, it's probably like this little high in this area. Yeah, like you guys are saying, 244, 240, 244 up in here is probably where I'd watch. Like you guys said, 244, 245. Yeah, that's probably what I'd watch. We got any SMAs over there? We're above them all. So yeah, 244. Yeah, that's I would agree. That would be your next level. This little high, this previous high, 244, 245, is what I'd watch. Yep. But damn, that's interesting though, right? We have to go all the way back to March of last year. We have engulfed all of this price action, and that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, you have that gap up here around 253 to 258. But yeah, I would watch this right around this 244, 245. And if we go back to the short-term analysis, that's right up here, right? So watch out for that. We have our 238.88 retest, 238.50. I would watch this whole 238 level, right up in here. So here we go. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at the previous highs here as demand, right? We want to see these previous highs turn into demand if we get a pullback, 238, 239. And then we want to see, we would want to watch out for this move into this 244, all up here, 242, 243, 244. I would just be monitoring this whole zone up here, all right? So just watch all up here. Just be cautious as you get this push. But I like AMD better, right? I think AMD has more, I think AMD has a little bit more freedom here off this retest. NVIDIA is going to be battling here, I think, a little bit with this previous high and this major 244. So just be careful at that 244 that you guys were pointing out. Home Depot. This is a very interesting one. A little bit off the beaten path, not really something I typically trade. But if Home Depot can turn 300 back into support, I think it moves extremely quickly through this move right here, guys, on earnings. If Home Depot gets back over 300, if we see this form on Home Depot, right, if we get back above this triple top and turn this triple top into support, I think you get a pretty much, I don't want to say straight up, but a very aggressive move into 310. So I am going to be watching this. It's going to be sort of like the back burner watch today. If Home Depot can regain 300, I think this low volume here, I think we move right through it. So this is something I'm going to be watching today as well. Last one I got for you, Microsoft 255 supply, which is now acting as a support here in the pre-market. This could be very interesting today. If I go to the hourly chart, you guys can see this previous low and this previous major supply right here on Microsoft. You can see previous supply here, right there, previous low here, right there. If we turn that back into support today on Microsoft, if we turn 255 into support, I like that for potential upside. Maybe back into like this 259, 260 area. So I would be watching, and you can see this morning, look at Microsoft's reaction to this 255 break, right? So look to see if Microsoft can turn this 255 into support today. That is a previous high of the channel and a previous low. If you regain the channel high as support, that's what we're looking for today for upside continuation. So watch that 255 on Microsoft. Last one I want to, God damn, Apple, man. What a move on Apple. Apple got a price target increase from Goldman Sachs this morning, $199 price target. So that's pretty high up there. Apple it's moving today. Apple's on fire. So it held, right? It got back above this 151 supply, right? You can see right here, it was back below this major support here, and it was rejecting it here. It sort of rejected it on Friday, but now we are trading above it, right? You can see we have turned this previous level of support back at this 151. We have turned it back into support today. Look at Apple off 151 today. Absolutely rocketing. So Apple, I would say, is probably headed for the channel high. You guys can see here. You can see here. You can see here. Apple is most likely headed towards that 155 channel high. That's what I would be watching today on Apple. All right. So 155, 150. You can't long it here, right? Doesn't make any sense to long Apple now. That's the unfortunate thing, right, guys? If you can't long it here, right in the middle of the channel, just doesn't make sense. Yeah, Amazon, you could try to play it off 93, right? We got back above that key 93 level that we continued to talk about last week, right? You guys can see right here. Amazon is back above that 93. You guys can see bottom here, bottom here, bottom here. Look at all the support at 93. We're back above it. Next move on Amazon, if the market stays strong, probably into that 98, 99, right? We talked about this 93 support, and we are holding it. All right, I want to go over XOM real quick because I talked about this last week, and I think we're starting to get it. So we talked about this 114 price target and how we needed to break 112, right, on XOM. We got that break on Friday. We are pulling back to 112 this morning, and we're holding it as of right now. If XOM can maintain this 112, I like there to be upside continuation. That will be the most important thing today on XOM. 112, and I have my price target still at 114. This goes back to that play I talked about all last week of the XLE holding the 200 SMA like it has done so many times in the past, right? And you can see what's starting to occur here. We have the 200 SMA that has turned into support so many times in the past, happening again right at the previous lows. Very, very nice. Happy about this one. All right, that's all I got, guys. I'm not going to get into the stocks you want to look at today, unfortunately. It's getting late, so I got to head over to the chat, start to get the live trading going. So if you guys want to join me, that's down in the description below. Today, once again, 4060. That's what you got to watch. It's all about 4060, guys. It's all about 4060 today. Do we reject here and move back into the 4035, or do we turn 4060 into support today? That is the 100% most important thing that I would be watching today. That will make your decisions, right? This will decide whether you look to short or long this market today. Does 4060 turn into support, or do we reject this level? That is, if you are not paying attention to this today, you are not paying attention to anything important. This is everything today. So pay attention to this, all right? Make sure you have that ES up. Make sure you're seeing what happens at 4060 today. All right, guys. Need some violence, speed, momentum. Yeah. Yeah, have a fantastic day. Press the like button if you could. Get us to 1,000 likes on the stream. That would be awesome on a nice Monday morning. Can we hit 1,000? Can we hit 1,000? Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And what else? Go Knicks. Go Rangers. Go Max Verstappen. Go Fernando Alonso. Go Mets. What else? That's about it. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace.
Yeah.